Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie is God Bless the Broken Road. I think I found it on Redbox, and it's about a wife who is grieving the loss of her husband, who is a military guy, believes he dies overseas, and she meets a race car driver. That's all I know. And who's in it? The people that I recognize: Jordan Sparks, Robin Givens, and that's about it. But I don't know, IMDb only has it at a 4.6. So sometimes because God's in the title or it's faith-based, it's not, not looked upon very favorably. But only 366 people voted on it. So we'll be 367 and see what it really should be. Low expectations, but again, faith-based films aren't always highly rated, and they could be good, but they could be bad too. So I'm going to get into it a little bit here and let you know what it's really about, tell you if it's any good. Stick around. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in on God Bless the Broken Road. We're at the 1 hour, 1 minute and 4 second mark. It's an hour and 51 minute film, so kind of long, but just over the halfway point here. And pretty much what they said has happened. She's a wife and they have a daughter. They're married. They have a daughter together. First opening scene. Her husband is in Afghanistan, just talking a little bit, but then the two guys come and approach her when she's at mass singing with the choir. Which right in the beginning, it's like it's hard enough, no matter where they are, to see a conversation like that, or have, when the military officers come to the wife's home or the husband's home or whatever, to let them know that he had died in battle, so that was a pretty emotional scene, and we go on from there. 2 years in the future, she's really kind of given up on God, and that's kind of where the story is revolving around. She moves away from the choir, all that stuff, but she's still raising her daughter, and her daughter still goes to Sunday school. That's where she meets the race car driver. He's back helping the children build go-karts as he tries to train and get better at racing or something like that. And they start to build, the mother and the race car driver, of course, build a little bit of a relationship together. She also has a mother-in-law who is overbearing, really involved in her business, and that kind of stuff. So she's got that going on, and then she's struggling to make ends meet, which is probably why I really want to stop it, which makes no sense to me. I don't know how this would work, but I would think, and if it doesn't work like this is how it should work. If her husband died while serving in our military, however way, like, his family should be taken care of. And maybe that does happen in real life. I hope so. If it doesn't, that should be changed. And they might have just used that just for a plot line here. Like the fact that she can't pay her bills, going to lose the house, that kind of thing. Like I said, struggling to make ends meet. But hopefully, in real life, something would be taken care of there so that she wouldn't have to struggle. She's working in a diner, like 3 shifts, all that kind of stuff, to try and again, pay everything that she has. And that's where we are so far. So you get a better idea of the synopsis, and prediction can tell. We've seen movies like this many times. You stray away from God in times of trouble, and then they find their faith, and hopefully everything goes happy. That's just a prediction. I haven't seen it yet, so no spoiler alert there, but we'll see where it goes from here. It's a wholesome movie. It is faith-based. There are references to God and things like that. So if this is not something that you're into, you might want to stay with it. But they usually have a good lesson to be learned, and I enjoy them. So I'm going to keep going here, and I check it out a little bit longer, of course. And if anything else interesting happens, I'll stop it and check in with you. If not, I'll see you at the credits, give you my overall thoughts. But right now, it's definitely over 4.6. It's nothing amazing, but it's a good, wholesome family type movie. So, alright, I'll get back into it now, and see you at the credits. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of God Bless the Broken Road, and it was good. I liked it. But you have to like these kinds of movies. And I even went back to look at some of the reviews to see what people why they hating on it. And there's no comments for anybody who had anything like a 7 or lower. There was all good, positive feedback for it. And you know, there's not much more to tell for you than everything's crumbling down around this woman. You know, as I mentioned, her husband, and even then it gets to her daughter. You know, things like that. And I don't want to give it all away, but you can tell that, you know, she's in a dark, deep place, and they're trying to show that there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you just have faith. So, you know, you can imagine where it goes, but I think it's still worth watching, even though it's, you know, where these movies go. There's still good lessons in it. There's not only lessons for her, but also for the race car driver. So, and I don't want to go into that, but they create a nice little subplot for him that you're not really paying attention to as much because you're focused on her, but yet, you know, he ends up growing because of this film as well. One thing I did really forget, on the first check-in, LT is in this movie, LaDainian Tomlinson, the running back for the Chiefs. I couldn't believe it, and I think he does a fantastic job as an actor. I know he's a sportscaster now, so he's comfortable, but he was pretty believable in this. It's not a big role, but, you know, a little introduction for him, and I like that aspect of it. You know, anything about the military, if you've seen my reviews before, I'm always in for that. You know, and faith-based always has these good lessons, so if you like those types of things, this is definitely a film worth checking out. Truly enjoyed it all the way through. I thought they did a good job. It wasn't filmed poorly or cheesy acting. A little bit, but nothing over the top. It's definitely good enough to watch. The acting, you know what I mean? The acting's good enough to watch. It's not like some of the other things where you cringe a little bit. But in the end, outstanding. And one last thing we talked about, if you saw the first check-in here, you know, how do they not, you know, the military take care of the families, which I really think they do. As I was reading some of the reviews, it does say that that's kind of a plot hole, but that just makes it a better story. And so that makes you feel a little bit better. And then the last piece was that 5% of the proceeds go to the DAV Foundation, which is basically for, you know, disabled heroes and heroines of our military. So that's awesome. You know what I mean? They continue they're recognizing our military. You know, there's a little bit of faith in there, but then also giving back. So all in all, I think if you're looking to feel good, this might be the movie for you. So I'll stop rambling on so you can go out and check it out. God bless the Broken Road. Worth watching. Alright. If you've seen it or anything like that, love comments, all that kind of stuff. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub. I forgot who I was. See ya.